Hello friends of APBA and APBA Golf, Dr. TC here. And look at this APBA Golf paradise. Doesn't it make you just want to play? We're going to run through a series of short videos that explain some of the aspects of the golfer's cards. And we're here with great Hall of Famers Tom Watson and Jack Nicklaus today. Watson's 77 card. These are the APBA all-time great 20. And this was the year Watson won at Turnberry over Nicklaus among 4 other wins. And this was the year 75 for Nicklaus that he won at the Masters among his 4 other wins. So one of the things we were very proud of is the creation of the Masters symbols. And there at the bottom of the card you can see that shot making is AB for Watson, and that's how he works the ball, WTB. He works the ball to the left with great skill. That's why he's an A, and he is adequate working it to the right. You see that Nicklaus is exactly the opposite. Nicklaus works the ball to the right with great dexterity, and he works the ball to the left adequately, so he's a BA. When I saw these players in the early 70s through mid-80s for Watson and probably late 70s for Nicklaus, they had predominantly different patterns the way they hit the ball. Watson hit a high blistering draw. He was not a very big man, but he had big forearms, and he carried his hands very high at the top of his swing. He approached the ball with a fairly shallow arc, and his ball would start out oftentimes 10-15 yards right at target, and then it returned to the left with great authority and hit the ground angrily, and that's how he got his distance. Nicklaus was the first very long high ball hitter. We're going back to the late 50s, early 60s. He almost won the Open in 60 next to Palmer. And Nicklaus hit a predominant fade, but a very subtle one. I remember the first time I saw Jack play, it was at Firestone. And I couldn't believe how subtle the ball dropped to the right. To me, it looked straight. But Nicklaus was so long, he wanted to be able to control the ball. And so these two players play a little bit differently. And you can also see that the average W for Watson is a 4 and his iron is a 4. That gives us an idea of his length. And Nicklaus is a 3 and a 4. Jack was just a little bit longer in 75 than Tom was on average in 77, but not much. One of the other things you'll notice about these average numbers, and let's go ahead to the chart book, is that it tells us what we can expect from these players. Watson, with his 4, we can expect him to carry it about 265, and he's going to have a lot of results that go 15 yards to the right. Wait a minute. I thought you said Watson drew the ball, and it looks to me like his predominant shot is to the left, 58%. Well, it is. When Watson misses wildly, he misses to the left. When he misses in a more measured result, it's to the right. So he's going to have a lot of shots to go to the right that maybe didn't draw back. So we may want to apply, work the ball in anticipation of that. And Nicklaus is just the opposite, isn't he? Even though he was a fader, his 3, his 270, goes left because if it doesn't fade back, that's kind of Jack's miss, and it was in real life. He would, most good players would rather undercurve the ball than overcurve the ball. So there's some knowledge of the golfer's cards. In the next video, we'll take a look at the wind and how we use the wind in APBA. And then in the third video, we will hit a couple shots on this beautiful hole. Until then, friends, farewell.